Hurricanes and the UCF Knights. Officials tonight, Clarence Armstrong, Jeb Hartness, and Chance Moore. Miami under the direction of their 13th year head coach, Jim Larinaga. UCF under the direction of the Duke grad from 1986, Johnny Dawkins. Underway from the Watsco Center tonight, expecting a sellout here in Coral Gables this evening. Miami with possession of the basketball first here this evening. Wooga Poplar with the basketball. He hands it off to Bensley Joseph in the corner. Poplar for three. Ah, the gates were off and running.
Poplar getting started early. You notice when he shot that basketball, after he shot it and went, he looked at the bench with a woo. That boy ready to play.
He missed his first couple on Monday. Then he got scorching hot, did the junior out of Philadelphia. He had a career high 21 points. Miami on the board first here tonight. Spinning a pull-up for UCF, no good. That was DeMar Langford Jr. who came up empty in a turnover. Langford with the ball, he puts it up, and a tap back is in for the big man, Omar Payne, the fifth-year forward out of Kissimmee.
It's a big kid right there. One thing about Miami, they got to get those 50-50 balls. And those loose balls are out there, we got to get those.
Here's Omier to the hoop with the right hand off the glass and good.
Great move. Norchad's attacking early. That's what you want to see from the big man.
No, he is so strong with the basketball, going toe-to-toe against Payne, the big fella. Four guards and a forward on the floor for each team here tonight. In the paint, hitting the deck is Shamari Allen, the fifth-year guard out of North Carolina. He couldn't connect. Here's a handoff to Poplar. And that's an offensive foul on Norchad Omier. He's got to be careful. Coach Larinaga not happy the other night. Omier in foul trouble early.
Yeah, you don't want to be in foul trouble early, especially in a game like this where UCF has some depth at the big man position. So Norchad has to keep the fouls low to a minimum early.
A turnover and a foul on Norchad Omier. The first of the night for Miami. They have an early 5-2 lead over the UCF Knights. They had an 85-62 victory on Monday over FIU. Miami beat NJIT 101-60. The largest margin of victory for Miami since 2016. That shot too short. Here comes the Canes in transition. Could have been a foul. Bensley Joseph retrieves it near the baseline. Up top, Poplar. And he's fouled. Miami under the direction of their 13th year head coach, Jim Larinaga, 256 victories for the Miami Hurricanes. This is his 40th year of coaching, 726 wins, a couple of Final Four appearances, one all the way back in 2006. That Cinderella team, George Mason. And boy, oh boy, the Hurricanes sensational last season, going to their first ever Final Four. And they hoisted the banner before tip-off here tonight. Here's Omier in the paint, had it swatted away, triple team. There's a turnover, Matthew Cleveland has it. Hands it off to Bensley Joseph, near side.
That's big for the Miami Hurricanes. If Bensley Joseph can continue to knock down threes consistently, it's a huge positive for the Hurricanes.
Couple of early threes for the Miami Hurricanes. Here's Shamari Allen, the point guard for UCF. The fifth-year guard. On the wing, inside, up a strong finish. That's Jalen Sellers. We highlighted him in the open, 23 on Monday for UCF in his debut.
That was a very strong take. He's a big guard, very, very big guard. Great body control on that finish.
That shot no good for Miami. Back comes UCF. Good back and forth action here early, Jack.
Great action. That's what we want to see.
There's a turnover. Matthew Cleveland skies to get it. He'll try to go coast to coast. No foul on the play. Miami basketball. And now the officials are going to get together. There was no foul, and I think they're going to overrule it. UCF basketball.
I like that attacking by Cleveland there. Like I said before, young guys, push the ball out in front of you. Let the ref see the foul. Keep the ball away from the defense.
Darius Johnson pressured by Bensley Joseph. Near half court, a handoff to Shamari Allen. Sellers behind the back, pulls up in the face of Wooga Poplar, no good. The small guy, Bensley Joseph, down with the rebound. Pack thought about a deep three. Look at the pressure on Nigel Pack. High screen from Norchad Omier. Pack lets it fly, no good. Matthew Cleveland trying to come down with a rebound. And Sellers pulls it down for UCF. Back and forth we go early inside the Watsco Center tonight. Here's a deep three, no good. An offensive rebound for UCF.
Long threes equal long rebounds.
Gonna work it down low. In the paint, a strong finish for DeMar Langford Jr., the senior guard, a Boston College transfer. He scored a season-high 20 on the road versus these Miami Hurricanes last season.
Oh, so you know his confidence is super high. I like how he went to the ISO on the post on Wooga Poplar. It's good to see UCF doing a lot more of the isolations in the post with guards.
Joseph tried to throw it off the window, and it rolled in and out. UCF a chance to tie or take an early lead, a push off, and that's going the other way. That's an offensive foul on Shamari Allen. 15:39 left to play in the half. We're going back and forth early. The Hurricanes with the early two-point advantage. For eventually bowing out to the national champions, the UConn Huskies. What an incredible year it was for Jim Larrañaga and his Miami Hurricanes last year.
Incredible run by the Miami Hurricanes. You know, getting the Final Four band and lifted up today before this game. It's a great moment. It's a great momentum builder for the rest of the season. You know,
one thing we've talked about, too, you've got to find a way to replace Jordan Miller and Isaiah Wong. But they feel really good about that. It starts with Matthew Cleveland and a couple of freshmen they're very excited about. One of them, Michael Nwoko, who's checked in early here for Norchad Omier. And now Keyshawn George will come to the scorer's table, and he'll check in momentarily for the Hurricanes. An early 8-6 lead for Miami. Joseph with the basketball. Dribble handoff for Cleveland. High screen from Nwoko. Under 10 on the shot clock.
You notice they're not giving Pack any space for any three-point shots. You got to get up in him early. But I want to see Nigel be more aggressive off that pick and roll, looking to get his shot going.
So Pack fouled, and now Keyshawn George is going to check in for Nigel Pack. There's a good look at Nigel, the fourth-year junior, earned preseason second-team All-AC honorees. He was the Midwest region's most outstanding player in the NCAA tournament last year. High screen from Nwoko. Matthew Cleveland in the paint. Off balance floater is good.
It's a great attack by Matthew Cleveland. We want to see more of that from him in that power forward position, but he's so dynamic. He plays the guard from the wing and drive. We want to see a lot more paint touches by Miami.
Coast to coast. Darius Johnson, the junior guard out of Maryland. He scored 15 points in the opener. He's on the stat sheet.
This UCF team is definitely on attack mode. What you want to see. You want to see early. You want to attack the basket. You want to attack the defense.
Wooga Poplar with a three in the face.
Poplar is popping them early, ladies and gentlemen.
Coach Larrañaga thinks he has the best mid-range jumper in all of college basketball. He is also lethal from beyond the arc. So Miami leads 13-8. They're working on Poplar down low. Keyshawn George nearly forced the turnover. Ball goes down low for Ibrahima Diallo. The bucket is good. Miami's going to have to fight this height of UCF all night long.
Great test for Miami. It's a great test.
Here's George, the freshman. He pulls up, shot no good. And it'll be Miami basketball. They're going to say that's off of Ibrahima Diallo. Here's that Poplar three again.
He's shooting the ball with so much confidence. And every time he shoots the ball, he keeps looking at the UCF bench, letting them know, I'm here and I'm him.
He's not scared with the ball in his hands. He loves to shoot it. He loves to score. Here's Cleveland. Thought about a three. In the paint. Spins in the corner. Threw it away. And he gets it back.
Matthew has to shoot that first shot.
George with a shot fake. Here's Cleveland for three. That's good. The scorching not from beyond the arc.
You want to be able to shoot the basketball in rhythm. And that's what he did on that shot. Caught the ball, released it, high release, and threw it bottom of the net.
Miami 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. UCF is 0 for 1. All of their damage coming with inside of about 10 to 15 feet early for the Knights. Johnson, top of the key, working on Bensley Joseph. Gets trapped in the paint. They get it out. Shot up, no good, a bit too strong. Another offensive rebound, though.
I'm sure at halftime and the next time out, Coach L is going to talk about these offensive rebound opportunities that UCF is getting. And the reason they're getting these offensive rebounds is because they're attacking the basket. The defense is out of sort. They don't know they're helping, they're finishing. So you're going to see a lot of opportunities for offensive rebounds, but Miami has to get those loose balls and those offensive rebounds.
UCF has 4 early offensive rebounds. They've got 4 second chance points as a trio of Hurricanes check back in now for Jim Larrañaga. Norchad Omier back in along with Nigel Pack. A.J. Casey checks in for the first time tonight. There's a massive height discrepancy on the floor. A.J. Casey able to swipe it away. There's a foul on the floor. Theranos Silla, the sophomore forward out of Guinea, was working on A.J. Casey, and Casey just muscled the ball right out of his hands.
Great defense by A.J. It comes right in the game, gets a defense to stop and a steal. That's what you want to see from one of your guys coming off the bench.
Casey, a sophomore out of Illinois, scored a career-high 8 points on Monday. So Miami basketball leading by 6, about 12.5 left to play. Omier back in, those highlighter yellow shoes on here tonight. Here's George, wide open. A.J. Casey pulls up for 3, way too strong.
I like A.J. Casey taking that shot. Getting the early jitters out. Expect more from him. Expect some shots being knocked down for A.J. Casey.
Mintosis Matskis checks in now for UCF. And right behind him, Niels Mahovsky will check in. And he'll substitute in for Darius Johnson. A couple of quick changes for Johnny Dawkins, and he might get his regulars back in there in about 33 seconds when we go to the next TV timeout. Newcomers played for UCF on Monday. There's a takeaway. Wide open Omier. He'll bring it to their feet here for what's going Timeout on the floor. Johnny Dawkins has seen enough. Miami leads 18-10. First timeout for Johnny Dawkins in UCF. A takeaway. George to Omier. Get up there, big fella. UCF won here at Miami 95-89 back in 2021. The last 4 games have been decided by 5.5 points. So we would certainly expect these two in-state rivals would have themselves a nice healthy battle inside the Watsco Center here tonight. Dawkins called the timeout after the turnover by UCF going into that TV timeout. Miami leading 18-10. Oh, a jump shot. Good. Look at that little hook shot there by Ibrahima Diallo.
He has great touch around the basket. Very, very good touch by the big fella. It's going to be a great test for Norchad. I think Norchad needs to attack him from the perimeter on offense, just like he's attacking him down low on offense.
I don't think Christian Watson was looking for that pass from Norchad Omier. Tried to slip it through down low to the hoop.
Miami has to limit these turnovers.
Well, they've now turned it over 5 times. UCF forced 24 turnovers. They had 16 steals on Monday against FIU.
If you watch UCF on defense, they use a lot of active hands in the passing lanes. And they're a super long team.
That shot no good. Keyshawn George with the rebound. Miami in transition. Near travel. They're going to get him for it. Yes, indeed. George travels.
It's a tough call.
Thought he kept his pivot foot there. I didn't see that other foot get down. Here's another look at it. You tell me, did he travel right here? Oh, I don't think so, Jack.
I don't know. I think that the fact that he bobbled a little bit and kind of looked like he kind of traveled,
it looked more like
almost made the ref want to make that call.
Yeah. I think optically it looked like he walked. I'm not sure he did. So 18-12 Miami. Another turnover for the Hurricanes. Boy, the big fella down low, shot no good. Here come the Canes, 3-on-2 in transition. Nigel Pack all the way to the rack. He scores. He'll go to the free throw line.
Great pace by Nigel on that fast break. You notice he looked to his left, looked to his right, and no one stopped the ball. Somebody has to stop the ball. If you look at that last play, nobody on UCF stopped the ball. Great finish, great play by Nigel Pack.
He stays so composed. A lot of young guards will get going way too quick, off balance, contested shot. He's so in control when he's got the basketball in his hands.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's a seasoned vet. It's not his first rodeo, as you can see on that last layup. Patience is key, especially at the point guard position.
Back to the free throw line, looking to convert the unconventional 3-point opportunity. Miami leading 20-12, and he rattles it in. Shooter's touch for Nigel Pack. Miami by 9, 10:50 left to play in the first half.
Nigel needed that basket. I believe next time down the floor we're going to see a Nigel pack 3. If he's open, he's letting it fly. As a scorer, all you need to do is see the ball go in.
Turnaround jumper good for Sellers.
Great move by Sellers. Let's continue to attack, and that's what you want to do. Attack the defense, put pressure on the defense.
He was great in the Mid-Atlantic Conference last season. All MAC third team last year. Shot 45% from 3, averaged 13.5 points a game. Omier for 3 straight away, no good off the left side of the iron. Ooh.
Norchad was a little bit hesitant on that shot. Look at the ball spinning around his hand a little bit too much. I think he needs to step in and shoot that shot with confidence.
Christian Watson called for a foul. He's not happy. He'll take a seat. Bensley Joseph, Wooga Poplar, and Matthew Cleveland check back in for Miami. That's the starting 5 that started this one here tonight. There Silla in for UCF. Along with Johnson, Langford, Sellers, and Payne. There's Johnson after an extended break on the bench. Thought about it, but he's really quick with the basketball. In the paint, spins on Bensley Joseph. He might have got a piece of the basketball. Poplar off the bench. 4-3, buries it. He's on fire.
Poplar is popping them. Shooting the ball with so much confidence. He works on that transition 3 a lot in practice.
Now a 3 on the other end, no good for the Knights. Poplar 3 of 3 from deep. He's got 9
get him another
early
one.
points.
Got to get him another one. Got to get him another one.
Wow.
Great take.
Here's a look at that last 3. And now UCF is so concerned. He just pretended to pull up from inside the green in the U. He got his defender right off of his feet, and he was thinking about throwing that one down, and he's going to head to the free throw line for a couple of freebies here.
Great decision by Wooga. Comes down, makes a big 3. Obviously now the defense is looking for that 3. Pump fake, drops to the basket, get fouled. 2 free throws.
Well, he's got 10 points. Now A.J. Casey checks in for Norchad Omier.
Wooga Poplar almost has a point a minute.
So, is that good?
It's great.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, if he finishes this one with 40 plus, I think he'll have a good night.
The way it's looking, I wouldn't be surprised.
He had a career high 21 on Monday against NJIT. Johnson all the way to the rack with a left hand crazy shot. There's a battle and a loose ball on the floor. Miami's going to come up with it. Canes by 12. Here comes Nigel Pack, and he got it stripped away. Now numbers for UCF the other way. Silla on the wing. He's looking for help. Oh, and he just threw it away.
When you're trying to come back, you have to limit turnovers, especially unforced turnovers. Tough pass by the big fella right there.
You know, Shamari Allen, the 5th-year guard out of North Carolina, he led the team in assists and steals in the opener. He'll check back in. Silla will take a seat. Allen's a transfer from UMKC, University of Missouri, Kansas City. The Roos. Pack from the elbow, left hand up and good.
Great move by Nigel. Used to coming in and seeing Nigel shoot long 3-pointers. He's getting in the paint and showing that he can finish the ball at the basket as well.
He's got such a crafty way of finding just a little bit of space for an undersized guard. He can get to the rack. Here's a spin move on A.J. Casey by Omar Payne.
It's a great move. You know, Miami went small. Coach Johnny Dawkins. Let's take it inside to the big fella. Great drop step, great left-hand finish.
Payne's an interesting story, Jack. He started his career at Florida, transferred to Illinois, transferred to Jacksonville where he was last season, and now he's in Orlando this year. Matthew Cleveland will pull up for 3. That's no good. Good look.
Great look for Cleveland. Look for UCF to go back down inside again on this play.
Payne wide open down low, but Miami tips it away. Poplar hit the deck. He's back on his feet. Sellers deep 3 from the orange in the logo, no good. And Miami comes down with a rebound. They're lucky. Pack splits the difference, and that shot is up and good. Oh, he's got such a beautiful touch.
Great touch for Nigel. I'm sure he knows going into this game, the scouting report was, do not give Nigel any open looks. And now he's taking advantage of them pressing up, and he's getting to the basket for easy layups. Great touch on that floater right there.
Canes lead 30-16. Wide open, far side, corner three, rattles in and out, an offensive rebound for the big guy, Jalen Sellers.
Jalen Sellers is a very big, strong guard. Look for more offensive rebounds for him this game.
One of the 10 commandments the Miami Hurricanes and Coach L live by is rebound the rock. Pass down low off the fingertips of A.J. Casey. Miami leads 30-18 early. Wooga Poplar, perfect from the floor, perfect from the free throw line. Back to near 60% in the first half tonight. Wooga Poplar has been perfect, and he's a big reason why they've had so much success offensively early, Jack.
If you're UCF, you got to get up in Wooga's stuff. You're giving him too much room, too much comfortability for him shooting the basketball. When you get one going as a shooter, you're going to let that thing fly. That's what Wooga's doing, and he is not touching the rim. There's nothing but the bottom of the net.
3 for 3 from the field, and a quick whistle on the floor. I think they're going to get Poplar with the hold. So Poplar with his first foul, and the team's third. But Wooga Poplar, 3 of 3 from the field. All 3 shots good from beyond the arc. A perfect 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Allen, Payne, Langford, and Wachowski. Sellers on the floor for UCF. And there's another whistle and another foul on Miami.
Great hesitation. Great hesitation.
That's 2 quickies on Wooga Poplar. He may have just seen the end of his first half here tonight. Oh, he did too. That was a nice move by Shamari Allen.
It's a great move. Great stop and go. I want to see UCF continue to get the ball down to the big fella.
Hesitation drew the foul on Wooga, so you may not see him again here in the first half. 2 fouls in the span of 10 seconds. Allen with the basketball, now working on the freshman, Keyshawn George, no foul, and another near offensive rebound for UCF. And now Norchad Omier content bringing the basketball up the hardwood. Hands it off to Nigel Pack. Stutter step down low on the baseline. Finds a wide open. Keyshawn George looks good, but it's too strong. And the ball rolls off of UCF, and it'll be Miami basketball, fresh 20 on the shot clock.
Great patience by Nigel Pack. He's on the ball on the baseline. Got his teammate an open 3. Not the result we wanted. Look for Keyshawn to keep shooting that shot. Coach O gives him supreme confidence to let that ball fly.
Good look in rhythm. There's Pack. Sellers up in him. Pack gets to the rack, and he's blocked by Omar Payne. Here comes UCF in transition. Norchad Omier says, not tonight.
Norchad said, meet me at the rim. Meet me at the rim. He bucked that thing with 2 hands. Two times.
Langford and Omier, no strangers, going up against one another. Langford, the transfer from Boston College. 15 on the shot clock. UCF trailing by a dozen. UCF trying to get the ball down low to the rack, and there's a travel.
They haven't thrown the ball inside to the big fella since he scored. If I'm UCF, I'm going ISO to the big fella Payne and let him go to work. Also, you want to put some pressure on Norchad. He's got 1 foul. You want to kind of keep him in foul trouble.
Miami is in the bonus. UCF with 6 fouls. Omier for 3, and it rattles in and out. He had a couple on Monday.
It's a good look. They gave him the space. You got to let that fly.
Darius Johnson set the check in for UCF. Here's a deep 3, and that is good. Burying the 3. Niels Mahovsky, the freshman out of Berlin, Germany.
Big shot. We have a 9-point basketball game here.
Nice screen by Omier. George fires away for 3, no good. Miami's gone ice cold from beyond the arc. They haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. Here's another 3. Other end, no good. Omier down with the rebound. Now the Canes will slow things down as Bensley Joseph brings it across the timeline. Hands it off to Omier. Now Pack. Boy, what a move by Nigel Pack, but he can't connect.
Great footwork by Nigel Pack. Great footwork.
Canes roll for their last 5 from the field, still leading by 9, nearing 4 minutes left to play. Ball taken away. What a save by Nigel Pack into the hands of Matthew Cleveland. Here's Keyshawn George, gets to the rack, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
Great push in transition. Way to attack the basket by the young fellow.
Strong by the freshman. George played over in France the last couple of years, and he was playing professionally, and they do think that's going to help him transition to the college game.
For sure. When you're playing against pros, although I think the game's a little bit faster in college, but playing against pros, you come in with supreme confidence. It's almost like, I'm a professional, you guys are still collegiate athletes. So I'm sure his mindset is, I can play with these guys, I can hang with these guys. And as you're seeing, he looks super comfortable out there.
Darius Johnson, Ibrahima Diallo, and Tyler Hendricks, redshirt freshman guard out of Fort Lauderdale, all check in for UCF. Tyler Hendricks' brother, Taylor, he was the 9th overall pick by the Utah Jazz last season.
You know he has good pedigree, good DNA. That's how he looks out here on the floor the first time.
Tyler Hendricks took a red shirt in year 1. And ball tipped away. It'll be UCF basketball. Hendricks had 7 points and 4 rebounds in his collegiate debut on Monday. He'll inbound the basketball to Darius Johnson. Johnson, ball on left hip. Hands it off to Hendricks. Motion offense, top of the key, and Keyshawn George is going to get called for a foul. Too much with the hand, a little too handsy there.
Too handsy, and shout out to Sellers. He's attacking the basket, putting pressure on the defense. That's what you want to do when you're down early in the game. Attack the defense, get some fouls. Try to get to the line. He's doing a great job. I want to see Sellers get forced right. He's been attacking left very, very heavy this whole game.
Niels Mahovsky checks back in for UCF. 4:02 left to play here in the half. Miami leading by 11. Mahovsky in off the bench. That's good. Buries his second 3.
Mahovsky has a quick trigger. Quick trigger. That's what you see with elite shooters. They let that ball fly right away.
Miami's made 5 threes. UCF has now made 2, both coming from Mahovsky, the freshman. Here's George out to Cleveland. He'll work left side on the rim, and that's blocked. What a block by Diallo, the 5th-year forward. And that's taken away. What a pass by Bensley Joseph to Cleveland in transition. Oh, he can't finish. He'll go to the free throw line.
UCF has to limit these turnovers.
Mahovsky with a 3. UCF is within 8. 24 left to play here in the first half from Coral Gables tonight. UCF under the direction of their 8th-year head coach and the Duke grad, Johnny Dawkins, started his head coaching career at Stanford about 16 years ago now. He's got 132 wins at UCF, a 2023 National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame inductee, Naismith National Player of the Year at Duke back in 1986, a first-round pick by the Spurs back in 1986. He's done a very nice job up there in Orlando, and boy, they're up against it now though, Jack. They're in the Big 12, and you're facing some big boys now.
Big 12, big conference, big boys. When you have leadership like Coach Dawkins.
Look at that schedule.
Tough schedule: Kansas State, Kansas, BYU, Texas, Houston. But I'm sure when you look at your bench, you look at your head coach, Johnny Dawkins, okay, we got some over here that can lead the way for us.
Cleveland goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. The Canes have not scored from the field in about 5 minutes, and they've got themselves a 9-point lead.
If you notice the big fella, he's catching the ball too far off the block. So you understand that Norchad's doing his work early. He's making the big fella catch the ball off the block. It's a tough shot for him. Instead of getting the ball down low, he's catching it too far off the block. Big fella needs to do his work early. But great job on Norchad on defense and forcing him out.
Omier and Diallo were exchanged in conversation as Miami brought the basketball up the floor. 15 on the shot clock, 2:45 on the game clock. Here's Christian Watson. Ball is loose, and that's a turnover. Well, team's a little sloppy here early tonight. Miami with 6 turnovers. They have forced 8. Problem for UCF, they don't have a single point off of a Miami turnover tonight, even though they've been able to force near 10.
Yeah, you want to capitalize on those turnovers. I'm sure Coach Dawkins will talk about that at halftime.
Langford buying up Matthew Cleveland. He spins in the paint, and that thing is blocked. And
Great
Joseph just got pushed.
Reward him, reward him. Got to give it back to him.
Nigel Pack over to Joseph for 3, and it's good. Buried.
Bensley's looking really confident with his shooting ability this year. He's another guy that's been putting that work in the gym.
Darius Johnson there thinking about a deep 3, thought better of it. Here's Jalen Sellers over to Mahovsky. He's buried a couple of 3s, the only 2 threes UCF has made tonight. Good defense by Bensley Joseph. Here's another look at that last play. Boy, what a great pass by Nigel Pack. He was airborne. He wanted to shoot a 3.
Great pass. You know, when Bensley caught the ball, he's taking shot right away. Those are the best shots to take as a shooter. Shot right away, ball hits my hands, I'm letting it fly. Bensley is all over the place right now. You know, when you make a shot, you make a 3, it gets you going on defense. He's setting the tone for Miami on defense right now.
He was arguably their best defender last season.
I'm sure he was Miami's spark off the bench. Now he's moving into a new role. He's doing a great job.
He is such a pest. Ooh, foul on the floor. See who it's on. It's going to be on Joseph. And UCF will have a couple of free throws upcoming here. It's going to send Jalen Sellers to the line. Sellers with 6 points tonight, his first trip to the charity stripe. Big crowd on hand here in Miami tonight to watch Miami and UCF. Sellers makes the front end. Junior guard out of Columbus, Georgia.
I like Sellers. I like the way he's playing with no fear right now. He's on attack mode, taking advantage of the opportunity.
He goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Miami's lead is 11, 1:30 left to play in the half. Canes are 1 of their last 7 from the field. The Joseph 3 broke the drought. Joseph is going to fire another 3 up. Christian Watson comes down with the rebound. And they're going to say that's off of Watson. Yes, they are. And it's UCF basketball. That shot by Joseph was altered.
A little bit altered, a little bit of a jab step to the shot. I want to see Bensley on more catch and shoots and not second guessing the shot.
Now he's going to get all up in Darius Johnson. Cleveland leaves his feet. Here comes a 3, and that is blocked. Under a minute left to play now.
I like this Canes lineup, but they can switch everything 1 through 5. You have shooting all around the perimeter.
Watson for 3.
Huge shot for Watson.
Boy, he turns around, he stares down Shamari Allen. The lead is 14.
If Watson makes shots like that, expect to see him on the floor a lot more this season.
There's another turnover. Bensley Joseph, he's going to take it himself, and he lays it in.
Great finish. You notice how Bensley looked to his right over at Watson to kind of deter defense.
A timeout on the floor. Johnny Dawkins asks for another timeout. We'll take a break with him. The Canes continue to force turnovers. Bensley Joseph strong with a finish. Canes leading 41-25.
Geico makes car insurance easy.
Say when.
As easy as loving Parmesan.
Say when. Say when. Say when. When. Fresh ground pepper? Oh, yes, please.
With 24/7 emergency roadside service, it's easy to Geico.
Oh, can we get a box?
back with you in Coral Gables. Here's the Matthew Cleveland block on that three-point attempt. And then Nigel Pack down low in the paint finds a wide open Christian Watson.
Nigel Pack is an underrated passer. I know we see him shooting a lot of three-point shots, but he's a very underrated passer. Makes the right decisions and puts the passes on the money. They hit Christian Watson right in the hands.
And for me, shades of a guy from a decade ago, Shane Larkin. Undersized, point guard, terrific passer, could shoot the three.
Great pace. Very similar players.
Yeah, he can really start and go with the basketball. UCF is going to take the final shot here with the first half. Johnson dribbling in towards the paint, puts it up, and he's got a bucket.
Very
Under
athletic
two.
take by Johnson right there.
That's going to bring us to the end of the first half in Coral Gables tonight. Hurricanes opening things up early. Your early impressions here, Jack.
I'm loving the
Play here, Jack. You know, 10 newcomers for UCF. Once they start to gel a little bit and they build some more chemistry, I don't know if that's a team that's dead last in the Big 12, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I don't see it either. And one of their top players is out with the injury. So
yeah,
good to see a different UCF team in the second half.
Starting the second half, Bensley Joseph forces a turnover with the right hand off the glass and off the right side of the rim, no good.
That's what you don't want to see, a turnover by UCF first play.
Here comes Allen, and he gets blocked. The follow-up right there for Jalen Sellers. Ooh, that was quick pace.
Great pace. That's what happens. When you attack the basket, you give yourself opportunities for offensive rebounds.
UCF turns the miss by Joseph into a make. Offensive rebound and layup on the other end. There's a foul on the floor. Poplar got fouled. First foul of the half on UCF.
Poplar got popped on that one, didn't he?
Yeah, Darius Johnson's going to get called for the foul. There's another look at it. No, it wasn't Johnson. That's going to be on Sellers. That's not Johnson. It's on Jalen Sellers.
Well, that's good. You want to put a body on Wooga. You don't want him to be comfortable in the second half.
Nigel Pack gets a high screen. They leave him a little bit of daylight. He missed. Norchad Omier gets fouled. Pack's going to want that one back. When he gets that much breathing room, he's usually money.
Pack definitely wants that back.
Nobody for UCF in double figures in the first half. Jalen Sellers had 7 in the first half. He's got a couple of here to start the second half. Miami leading by 12, nearly a minute into play. Poplar down low for Matthew Cleveland. He gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
Great play. A little stagger screen for Wooga Poplar coming off. Big help. He went down to Matthew Cleveland. I want to see these guys go right up. There's a lot of hang time, hanging in the air. You got to go straight up and lay the ball up. A lot of double pumping.
That's 3 quick fouls on UCF here. 50 seconds into the half as Cleveland makes the front end of his 2 freebies.
They play a lot more aggressive this half. Sometimes you play too aggressive. Sometimes you get overly aggressive.
Cleveland makes a pair. He's got 8 points. Had a double-double on Monday. It was 16 and 10.
Bensley again with another steal.
Another takeaway. Pack with a pump fake. Top of the key. Working down low. Nearly had it taken away. They're all over him. No foul. No whistle.
Great active hands by UCF. You have to capitalize on this turnover. That's what they didn't do a great job of in the first half.
They have not yet tonight. Sellers for 3, no good. That's going to be a push off on Shamari Allen. That's going to be 4 fouls on UCF. A minute and 19 seconds into the second half. They're going to be in a lot of trouble. Miami's a good free throw shooting team.
Not lying, but I like this. I like the aggressiveness by UCF right now. Got to limit the fouls though.
Niels Mahovsky checks in for UCF. He had a couple of threes in the first half. And now Ibrahima Diallo checks in as well right behind him. 5th-year, 7-foot forward, 250 pounds. Started his career at Ohio State. Transferred from San Jose State last season to UCF this year. Well, UCF just got Joseph in the chin. That was Johnson who just clocked him in the chin, no call.
Miami's coming and running some professional floppy action right now.
A screen for Wooga Poplar. He had it taken away. Here comes Johnson with a stutter step. He's working on Joseph, and he misses the layup. And there's going to be a foul, and I think they're going to get Norchad Omier, and they are, with a hold.
I'm liking these sets that Coach Larrañaga is running on offense. Very pro sets.
I wouldn't say it's not all that sloppy. We've got some misses here in the second half. Very aggressive though, back and forth. It feels like the tempo's picked up a little bit.
For sure, it's definitely picked up. Miami is matching the energy from UCF.
Both sides have scored just a pair of points. Nearly 2 minutes here to start the second half.
You see how Norchad is doing his work early, not letting that guy get good position down low.
There's a takeaway by Norchad Omier. Well, they wanted to get the ball down low to Diallo.
Norchad is doing his job early. He's not waiting for him to catch the play defense. Do your work early.
Matthew Cleveland wide open for three, no good. It's short. Offensive rebound for Norchad Omier. How about that silky smooth move left side of the glass?
Euro to the left-hand lay. Great move by Norchad.
Timeout on the floor. Johnny Dawkins is going to take his third. That'll send us to a TV timeout. A silky smooth move, offensive rebound, the left-hand finish for Norchad Omier. Canes lead by 6. Take a look at the preseason watch lists for the Miami Hurricanes. Norchad Omier on that Karl Malone Award watch list for the power forwards. Nigel Pack on the Bob Cousy Award watch list and the Julius Erving Award watch list. Matthew Cleveland finds himself on there. The Canes are loaded once again, trying to make another run to the Final Four. Out of the timeout, here come the Canes in transition. Matthew Cleveland can't hold on to it, or he wasn't able to hang on to the basketball, but he was fouled.
That's a huge advantage when your big fella can get the rebound and initiate the transition.
Yeah, cool. That's a ticky-tack foul there, Jack.
It is. He might have got saved by that one.
Yeah, I thought he just kind of lost the ball and it was going to be a turnover. Miami trying to get out in transition. And the official down low having a conversation. And now one of the referees is coming over to the clock to make sure the clock is good. And I think we got that sorted out. That was Clarence Armstrong that put a halt to things momentarily. So 17:25 left to go. Miami leading by 16. They inbound the ball to Norchad Omier, who goes up strong. He misses. The shot was too strong from the left side.
Great high hands by the big fella.
Both teams 1 of 5 from the field to start the second half, about 3 minutes in. UCF has got to get going, or this one's on the verge of getting out of control. That's a nice shot there for Darius Johnson.
It's a big shot. That's a really big shot. UCF needed that shot, I think.
Now they're going to pressure defensively, a little full court pressure for Johnny Dawkins. He knows he's got to get back into this thing, and what they've done to date really hasn't worked. They're chasing 14.
You know, I love this lineup with Nigel Pack and Bensley Joseph. Both of them can handle the ball, premier ball handlers. I don't see this press being an issue at all.
They break it because they've got Norchad who can dribble. They get it back to him, and he gets fouled on his way up. They're going to give him the bucket. Yes! Wow.
Another Euro step finish, this time with the contact and one.
Boy, they let the continuation go there. Oof. I don't know if I would have given him an and one there. That was close.
It was
close.
close.
Give it to him.
It was definitely close. Norchad initiated the contact. What you want to do? Want to make the defense feel you.
He is so darn strong as Omier makes the free throw. Wow. Miami now with their biggest lead of the night. It sits at 17. Looking to improve to 2-0 on the year. Johnson double teamed and he threw it away.
It's great help defense. Great help defense by University of Miami. They're very active. They're very, very active on defense.
No, defensively, now they're starting to suffocate UCF, and you can tell it's really starting to frustrate them.
It is. You can see that.
Whoa.
Right, what do we have here?
Boy, another issue with the clock. They've got to take 3 seconds off the shot clock. So they're going to put 27 seconds on the shot clock. All sorted out. A couple of clock issues here in the last minute or two.
Wooga Poplar's been pretty quiet in the second half.
Yeah. Without a point in the second half.
Look for them to run something to get him a shot.
Johnny Dawkins wanted to travel. Bensley Joseph he just got called for 5 seconds.
You never want to pick your ball up right there. I think you might want to take a timeout right there. Look for Bensley to get it right back right now.
A turnover by UCF and a turnover by Miami. The 5-second call on Bensley Joseph as Omier taps it away from Johnson. He gets it right back. And high ball pressure defensively. Johnson in the paint working on Joseph, and Johnson gets a bucket.
Johnson's getting a lot of paint touches right now. We got to eliminate that.
He's got 8 points. Just Darius Johnson. He's 4 of 10 from the field. High screen from Omier, who's got the basketball. They hand it off to Wooga Poplar. He's got it. Free throw line, and the shot a bit too strong. He gets his own offensive rebound. Now the ball is loose. It's on the deck, and UCF comes up with it. In transition, Mahovsky over far side. Johnson now in the corner for Langford. Good ball movement by UCF. That's blocked.
Great
and a
defense
foul by Omier. It's going to be the 3rd foul on Norchad Omier, and that's going to send us to a break. Miami leads by 15. Get another look at it. Let's slow it down for you. You be the referee, Jack. You tell me if we got a foul here.
Oh, yeah, he reached over. That's definitely a foul.
Oh, yep, absolutely. And Omier saying, I don't know what he was upset about.
He's trying to sell it.
You just ripped his left arm off, Norchad.
He's got to get his hand straight up. You know, it's 15 minutes left in the ball game, and now Norchad's on the bench.
Yeah, and Michael Nwoko is going to check in. That was 100% a foul. I like the desire to argue it, but about took his arm off. So Diallo goes to the free throw line, coming out of the timeout. He makes the first. Miami's largest lead of the game, 17. That came here in the second half. It's sitting at 14. See if Diallo can convert a pair. And he cannot. He misses the second. UCF goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line, where they are 2 for 4 tonight. Miami 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Big discrepancy there. And there's a foul. Boy, that's our Miami in the bonus. They're going to the free throw line with 15:25 left to play in the game.
So Miami now needs to attack the basket, put pressure on the defense, so they can get these free throws.
9 of 10 from the free throw line is Miami tonight. This is Bensley Joseph's first trip there. He struggled from the free throw line last season, and he makes the front end of the 1-and-1. It's always the most important. Get yourself at least a point.
You see the first one goes in, it makes the second one that much easier.
Boy, Miami has only committed 2 fouls here in the second half. As Joseph connects on a pair, UCF is in a world of trouble with all this foul trouble, with 15 minutes left to play in the game, trailing by 16. Miami's defense has been suffocating tonight. They've only allowed the 34 points. Dribble drive in the paint. Langford almost had it taken away. Boy, he's working on Joseph. He's trying to find some daylight, and Bensley Joseph just swatted it away. All of that, he comes up empty in the turnover.
Great defense by Bensley Joseph. Very active hands.
Boy, that'll frustrate the heck out of you. Pack gets a high screen. 8 on the shot clock. Poplar skies for the pass. Gets into the lane. He gets fouled. He almost made that.
And he almost lost his footing. Still went up.
Well, he might get himself a Charlie horse right there. He's got knocked pretty good. Here's another look at it. Wow. That's impressive to get to the rack and get fouled from where he was. Tyler Hendricks is set to check in for UCF. So Poplar, a couple of freebies upcoming as he makes the first, and Hendricks will check in now for the Knights. 51-34. Poplar now with 12. It's good for a game high. He's 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He's got his first point in the second half. Now he's got a pair. Miami's lead 17. That ties a game high. Full court pressure defensively by the Canes. Darius Johnson brings it up the floor. Mahovsky in the paint, spins. Johnson wide open, three on the way. Looks good, and he buried it.
UCF really needed that shot. They haven't really shooting the basketball great from behind the arc. Great shot. Hopefully that boosted confidence of the team.
Very little rotation on that three ball. That was good. Cross-court pass by Matthew Cleveland to Bensley Joseph, and now he's going to slow things down and dial up a play for Coach L. Ooh, backdoor cut. Poplar was open, couldn't get it to him.
Missed the backdoor.
Pat.
The floater by Pat. Kind of shorter on that one a little bit.
Transition and opportunity for UCF, and Mahovsky finished. The freshman looks good.
Great body control. He's playing with confidence right now.
Lead is 13. Nearing 13:30 left to play. UCF has made 4 of their last 5 from the field. Canes have not scored a field goal in the last 3 minutes, and there's a turnover and a foul. That's going to go on Matthew Cleveland.
It's a great look. Great look.
Boy, it's amazing to watch Miami offensively. Without Norchad Omier, they can't get a whole lot going offensively right now.
It goes to show how important Norchad is to this basketball team. UCF needs to go on a run right now.
Yeah. You see the scoring drought there for Miami. Pull-up jumper, and that rattles in and out. A foul on the floor. That's on Miami.
We're finally seeing Sellers attack the basket. He did a lot of that in the first half. He's been kind of solid in the second half. We want to see more of that from him.
Fouls on Michael Nwoko, the freshman out of Ontario. He had 9 points in his debut on Monday, a 4-star recruit from Canada. They get it into Diallo. 2 big boys are going to go toe-to-toe. There's the redshirt freshman, Hendricks.
They missed the big fella again.
Yeah. Now Johnson in the paint, spins on Joseph, creates a little space. The shot no good. Wooga Poplar soars for the rebound. He gets fouled with 12:59 to go.
Wooga's athleticism is out of this world. I mean, he's such a pure shooter. His athleticism, I don't know too many guys in the country as athletic as Wooga.
Norchad Omier is going to check back in for Miami with those 3 fouls.
We haven't seen much from Payne in the second half either.
The foul was on Jalen Sellers. UCF with 9 fouls here in the second half. The lead is 13, and now Omar Payne will check back in for the Knights. That'll send Ibrahima Diallo to the bench. So Poplar back to the free throw line. Miami leading by 13. And Poplar connects on the first.
There's still a lot of basketball left. 14 points isn't bad. It's just tough when you're in the bonus. So Miami needs to keep attacking the basket and try to get the free throw line.
Therno Silla checks in. Jalen Sellers is out. (53-39), Miami leading. A little run here, though, for UCF. And if it wasn't for all the fouls, they'd really have an opportunity. Miami's not scored in 3 minutes and 58 seconds of basketball, but they're just steadily making shots from the free throw line, where they've been fantastic tonight. 14 of 15.
Great shooting, 14 of 15. You cannot beat that. They work on their free throws. You can see their percentage is going up a lot this year.
No, they're free for a reason, right?
Free.
UCF has only attempted 4 free throws tonight. They're 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. Lead back to 15. Joseph almost took that away from Johnson, who pulls up. And a mid-range jumper from about 10 feet. It's good.
Great shot. Anytime he gets in that paint, he's making that shot more times than not.
Well, that starting 5 back on the floor now for Miami. Omier connects on a pass to Pack, and he sends it back out near half court for Bensley Joseph.
Little horns action by the University of Miami.
Omier in the paint, spinning, and he's fouled. Omar Payne fouled him.
I think Omar Payne needs to keep both his hands in the air. Kind of swipe down, swat the ball. Ref's right in front of you. He's going to call that.
Yeah, you can't lean over like that. Even though he's stationary, he's getting his hands over top of him.
Got to stay straight up.
And Omier a little bit out of control there, right? But
he
bailed him out. As Norchad makes the first free throw. Once you start leaning over, if you go straight up, they're not going to call it. But as soon as you start leaning over them is where you're going to find yourself in a bind.
Every single time. And the ref is right in front of you as well, so he's not going to miss that call.
Now Ibrahima Diallo is going to check in for Omar Payne. That was a quick trip out there on the floor for Payne. Omier's got 3 personal fouls for Miami. UCF would have an opportunity to make a run if maybe they could get him to commit his 4th. Diallo wants the ball down low. He's going to set a high screen for Mahovsky. They're trying to get the ball to Diallo down low, but they're having a heck of a time. And now Bensley Joseph takes it away. Unbelievable. He is incredible defensively. Wooga Poplar, a stutter step to the rack, and that's going to be a goaltend. Wow.
Bailed him out. UCF can't make those bonehead mistakes.
It is amazing to watch that young man, Wooga Poplar, soar through the air. Miami with a big lead. It's 17. Well, you don't want to be the leader in the clubhouse in one department, and that would be fouls. Omar Payne, unfortunately, 4 points and 4 fouls. He's an important piece for Johnny Dawkins. You see Payne with 4, Sellers with 3, Hendricks with 3, Allen with 3. UCF in all sorts of foul trouble here in the second half, and Miami's got himself a 17-point lead. It's the largest, or ties the largest lead of the night for the Canes.
2 no-nos, foul trouble, turnovers. Got to limit them. Right on time. Another turnover by UCF. Oh, he got saved. Great defense by Wooga.
Poplar wanted the foul call. Poplar's not happy. He wanted the referee to call a foul. Poplar still very displeased. Let's see. I didn't see nothing there, but he was immediately peeved that the foul was not assessed on UCF there.
That's a good word, peeved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, it's a substitution for a variety of other words that might get us eliminated off the air rather early, Jack.
We're just getting started, baby. Come on.
2 games in, you guys are gone. And there's a foul on Poplar. Now that's a frustration foul by Wooga Poplar.
For sure, a frustration foul. But I like to see the aggressiveness from Wooga on defense. I mean, obviously, we all know he's a fantastic scorer, fantastic ball handler. But you want to see him on the defensive end. When he makes that jump in the NBA,
still shaking his head. He retroactively wants to stop the game, and Coach L is doing the right thing. He's going to take him out for just a minute or 2. He's so angry as he comes off the floor.
Oh, he's angry.
He won't acknowledge a soul. All right, so UCF basketball. 11:20 left to play. Miami leading by 17. Spin move, right hand hook
Great
shot.
They got to keep going inside, but it's, if you look at it, look how far out this guy's catching the ball. That just shows you the strength of Norchad. He's pushing these guys all the way off the block.
Here's Keyshawn George, the freshman, for 3. No good. He's had a couple of open looks tonight. Can't connect quite yet.
Had to connect it, but his form was good every time he shoots the ball.
Look at the mismatch. Diallo down low. Here's Silla dribbling. Right hand shot, no good. Battle for the basketball. Foul on the floor. Who are they going to get? And that's going to be on A.J. Casey. And 2 opportunities from the free throw line. Kept it up for the Knights.
UCF, they're still in this game.
They're hanging.
They're hanging by a thread.
Yeah.
Hanging on.
Tyler Hendricks, he's in foul trouble. He'll go to the free throw line, where UCF is just 2 for 4 tonight. Make it 3 for 5, but that's a massive discrepancy at the free throw line tonight, Jack. Miami has done an incredible job from the charity stripe, where they're 17 of 18. UCF 3 for 5, make it 4 of 6. It's a lot of free points.
A lot of free points.
It's the game.
That is the game. Let's see how George takes his pressure. Great pace. Ooh,
Nigel Pack tried the behind-the-back pass to Norchad Omier, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. So it's a 13-point game with 10:37 left to play. Miami a little sloppy here.
UCF is still in this basketball game. I still believe they need to go inside more Diallo.
It's Nigel Pack's 4th turnover of the night. He's having a quiet night. Just 7 points, 4 turnovers. Casey guarding Silla. They get it down low for Diallo. Working on Omier. Here's a 3. Silla buries it. It's a 10-point game. I think Coach L might want to think about a timeout here as soon as they get it across the timeline. And he does. He's asking for it. And there's a timeout by Miami. Just like that, it's a 10-point game with 10:05 left to play. Coach L wants a 30-second timeout. They'll take it. We'll take it with them. This might be a good finish in Coral Gables.
Got to get his starters back.
Why wait all month long? Get your Black Friday deal today at Toyota of Rock Hill. We've got 30 days of Black Friday. No doors to bust, no one-day only deals. We've got once-in-a-lifetime deals all month long, like our Real Zero deal. 0 down, 0 payments for 3 months, and 0 cost maintenance. All backed by our rock-solid guarantee. Shop where you save green all November. 30 days of Black Friday at Toyota of Rock Hill, located minutes from Uptown at exit 79.
Now, Coach Larrañaga, outside of Wooga Poplar, has 4 of his 5 starters on the floor. Christian Watson will take a seat. Keyshawn George will stay in, but you've got Cleveland, Omier, Pack, George, and Joseph in for Miami. What a run here by UCF. They've got a little 7-0 run over the course of the last minute and 12 seconds, Jack. That goes from a 17-point game right down to a 10-point game with a whole heck of a lot of time left.
A lot of time left. Basketball is a game of runs. When these guys from the bench get in the game, they got to be ready to play.
Here's Omier working. Nearly had it taken away. Ball's on the deck, and he just dribbled it out of bounds. That's a turnover. Boy, he's having a load of trouble with Ibrahima Diallo down low. He just cannot bully him.
I would like Norchad to step in and shoot that shot. I mean, he's made that shot previous game. He needs to continue to be confident in his jump shot.
Can UCF get this thing down to single digits? 7 second-half turnovers by Miami. Kane's lead was so big, this place has been relatively quiet.
If I'm UCF, I'm trying to get Norchad in foul trouble right now.
Allen to the paint, right-hand shot, no good. Matthew Cleveland with the rebound. Numbers for Miami, 4 on 3. George, wide open 3. He'll try again. Buries it.
That's a big shot by the freshman. Just missed it 3 in the opposite corner. Stepped into the next shot, shot of confidence, knocked it down.
He's got that full head of hair, and he's got a full head of confidence. 3, Silla, corner, air ball. Now it's taken away from Omier, and there's a foul, and Norchad Omier is going to the free throw line.
Out.
There's the 3.
Very smooth shot, like we said. Missed one in the corner, opposite corner. Shot that one with confidence. And that shows you how much confidence Coach L gives his players.
Foul was on Hendricks. He's got 4. They got 2 guys with 4 fouls now, and Omar Payne with 4 is coming back in. So Omier goes to the free throw line. Miami 17 of 18 from the free throw line tonight. And Omier rattles the first one in. Sellers and Payne check back in for UCF. You know, just as soon as they get it down to 10, Omier makes this. It's back to 15.
I would like UCF to go with the Twin Towers. Put Payne and Diallo at the game at the same time.
A miss by Omier, just the second miss by Miami from the free throw line tonight. UCF moving the basketball quickly. And Joseph almost took it away.
Bensley Joseph always has his hands on the basketball.
It's unbelievable.
On ball, off ball. And that's how you stay on the court. He didn't even score a basket. He's doing an amazing job.
Allen will take it out of bounds right in front of our position, courtside, and he throws it into the backcourt for Darius Johnson. It's a 14-point game, under 9 left to play. UCF is just hanging around. Wooga Poplar back in as Sellers skies and he hits.
We haven't seen Sellers attacking the basket in the second half. Great things are happening every time he's attacking the basket.
Foul on Nigel Pack, and one opportunity for Sellers, fresh and on the floor off the bench.
He's got to finish his breakfast and make this free throw.
Sellers with 12 points tonight. Johnson's got 13. Those two are on the floor. They've combined for half of UCF's points. Joseph up and under with the right hand. What a finish, Bensley Joseph.
What a play by Bensley. Jump stop in the lane, 2 feet, right hand finish.
He has got a motor that just does not stop. Miami by 13. Now Sellers working on Pack. He fouled again, and Sellers finishes another.
You just said it. Sellers needs to continue to attack the basket. He's a big guard. He uses his body, and he's a lefty.
I gotta tell you,
a little shove right there, though.
I have felt like at some points tonight, UCF has been a bit more physical than Miami.
For sure.
They're trying to bully their way to the basket.
And it's working.
Sellers to make it a 10-point game again as Mahovsky gets set to check back in, and he does. They connect. Back and forth
not
we
going
go.
Away. They're not going away. Great fight and grit by UCF.
So Sellers with 14 points and 10 rebounds. He's got a double-double. Omier the closest in that department for Miami with 12 and 7. Bensley Joseph has it taken away from behind. Here comes Allen in transition. Mahovsky with a hand on it. Allen back up top. Sellers with a heat check. No good. An offensive rebound for UCF. They're within 8.
Norchad doesn't want to get another foul, so he's keeping his hands out the play. We have ourselves a ball game.
There's a foul. Shamari Allen gets called for the foul. UCF is on a roll. They're within 8. 7:53 left to play. For UCF, they are in big-time foul trouble. But how about the points off the turnovers? UCF with 8 in the second half. Miami's still leading that department. But UCF has really come alive as Bensley Joseph will go to the free throw line coming out of the media timeout, Jack.
They've definitely came alive. Although UCF has a lot of personal fouls, it's because they're playing super aggressive, and that's what's keeping them in this ball game.
So Bensley Joseph to the free throw line. He'll get 2 no matter what. And he misses the first. So Miami now 18 of 21 from the free throw line tonight. Joseph 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Again, he struggled there last year, and he goes 1 of 2. So Miami's lead is 9 with 7:53 left to play. This is a good basketball game late. Johnson with the basketball, hands it off to Mahovsky. The freshmen look good for the Knights. Here comes Sellers. He's trying to take the game over.
If I'm UCF, I'm trying to attack Norchad right now to get him in foul trouble and get him out this game.
Here's Langford. I haven't seen him play in a while. Poplar on Mahovsky. Mahovsky to the rim. Wow, what a finish. A little floater.
Norchad can't foul, so you want to go at Norchad right now. Get you some opportunities. Tough foul.
Sellers just got called for a foul right on the back of Norchad Omier. Wow, it's his 4th.
Sellers has 4 now.
They've got 3 players with 4 fouls, and they're all very important.
Super important.
2 of them are on the floor in Payne and Sellers. And so Omier will go to the free throw line. He's 4 for 5 from there tonight. 7-point game. Omier misses the first, too short.
If you notice, he didn't go over top the ball. When you're shooting the basketball, you want to see those fingertips pointing directly to the ground.
And he makes a second. Boy, there's the foul trouble. 4 players with 4 fouls. Sellers, Hendricks, Payne, and Allen. And Sellers has been really good for the Knights here in the second half. Johnson thought about shooting a 3. He's going to work on Bensley Joseph, who cuts him off on the baseline. Here's a trap and a double team. Miami trying to take it away, and they do. When they capitalize in transition, here comes Nigel Pack. Furious towards the glass. Omier, offensive rebound and a bucket. Great offensive attack.
Great offensive rebound, great finish.
Sellers pulls up, nails it. Woo.
I really like this Sellers kid. He's playing with so much confidence right now, keeping his team in the ballgame.
A turnover by Miami. They broke the press and Joseph couldn't handle the pass from Omier. It's an 8-point game. Start to feel that tension a little bit. Miami had that 18-point advantage. They're kind of coasting. The gym's starting to get a little tense. Crowd's starting to get into it. 68-60, 6.5 to go. Sellers is trying to take this thing over himself. He's working on Pat. In the paint, here comes a 3-0. Langford thinks better of it. He's got an easy look at the rim. 6-point game. There's a takeaway. Oh, it was close. Langford got his right arm on the basketball. The inbounds pass from Joseph.
Miami needs to settle down a little bit. Just a little bit. Settle down.
They're having trouble with the press.
Great seal off my paint on that last basket.
The starting 5 on the floor for Miami. The inbounds will go to Norchad Omier. Into the hands now of Bensley Joseph. Brings it across half court between the legs. Now the crowd's really going to get into it for the first time tonight. Poplar's been quiet in the second half. Omier to the rack and he gets fouled. That's on Payne. That's his 5th.
5 for Payne. Great attack by Norchad. Great attack.
And now Ibrahima Diallo is going to have to check in for Cameron Payne. So that's 5. And that'll send Norchad Omier back to the foul line.
He's slightly putting his hands a little bit over. You want to go straight up and down. Put those hands straight in the air.
So Omier back to the free throw line. Makes the first.
It's a big shot by Norchad.
Miami trying to stave off a late dramatic comeback. The lead is back to 8.
Big free throws by Norchad right there.
UCF 4 for their last 4 from the field. Keep an eye on Sellers, 24. He started to take this thing over. He's got 17 points tonight. 62-70, Miami leading. 5.5 ticks left to play in Coral Gables tonight. Johnson working on Joseph, nearly taken away. Here comes Langford. He skies and he misses. Omier with the rebound.
Great attack. If I'm Miami, you got to attack the basket right now.
Boy, good defense by Johnson on Poplar. No carry. Poplar out top. Omier, who had a wide open 3 if he wanted it. He's still standing there. He was thinking about shooting it, and that's a double dribble. He forgot he put the ball on the deck. No, he's asking the coaching staff, I dribbled? And they said, yeah, you sure did. Boy, he's worked on that shot. Have a little confidence in that 3-point shot there,
he's not really shooting a shot today.
So a turnover. Here's Mahovsky. Over for Johnson. Down low, and the pass is taken away. Here comes Matthew Cleveland in transition. Working on the freshman. Gets fouled. Shot is up, no good.
Gotta limit those turnovers, UCF. With all these turnovers, UCF is still in the game. Only down 8 with 5 minutes left to go in the game.
Both sides with 16 turnovers.
It's a lot of turnovers.
Too many. That's a bit of a sloppy game. And to add on to that, so UCF has committed 23 personal fouls in this game. Miami's committed 14 as Cleveland makes the first. The lead back to 9 with 4:48 left to play. What contributed to the big run for UCF? What did you see that allowed them to get back into it, Jack?
They played very, very aggressive. Second half, I feel like they picked up the defensive intensity, and they have nothing to lose.
Felt fast
They're on
and
the
physical.
road. They're playing physical. Overall, they look a bigger team, stronger team.
Yeah. A little bit. You're right. Langford swings at Mahovsky, the freshman, thought about a 3. Drives up with the right hand, no good. Omier down with the rebound. Look at him. Look at him down low. He's ferocious with the rebounding. Lead is at 10, nearing 4 minutes left to play. We've got a good one here in Miami. Joseph stops at the free throw line, hands it back off to Omier, gets a high screen. Omier, is he going to shoot a three? He's going to take it right to the rack with the right hand, and he misses it.
Norchad needs to shoot that shot. He keeps taking it into the big fella.
He faded away from Diallo, and now Bensley Joseph takes it away.
Bensley Joseph with another steal.
Better not leave Wooga Poplar wide open. I would not leave him wide open. Can't forget about Wooga Poplar.
Tough defensive breakdown by UCF.
Johnny Dawkins is going to take his last time out of the game with 3:44 left to play. UCF forgot about Poplar in the corners. He can't hide. Boy, he's scorching hot. He's got a good one. They've got a good one. He's got 17 and 10 tonight. It's his 53rd career double-double. And once he kind of senses it's go time and it's time to put the team on my back, he puts it into a different gear, man.
This guy's a double-double machine, and he plays with so much intensity. It's contagious. When your big man is playing active and with so much intensity, your team can't do anything else but to follow suit.
Sellers and Johnson was 17 and 13 for UCF. Mahovsky's got 10. 17 for Omier, 10 for Cleveland, 13 for Joseph. He's 2 shy of a career high. Poplar, 5 of 6 from the field. He's got 20 points. Seller to the rack. Give him the bucket and a foul.
Sellers is really using that off-shoulder, off-arm to get that space in the lane.
I think Coach L was particularly fond of the call. And ooh. 4 fouls on Wooga Poplar. Ooh, jeez.
It's just hard-nosed basketball. That call could go either way.
Or just no call.
Or just no call, correct.
So Sellers now with 19. Give him an even 20.
UCF is still only down 10 points. 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in this game. It's still a lot of time.
So under 3:30 left to play. It's still a 10-point game. Bensley Joseph with the handles. They get it down low for Omier. Working on Diallo. Still working. Double team. Look at how strong he is. That ball was tipped off the fingertips of Allen. Joseph tracks it down. He lets it roll out of bounds. There's 5 seconds on the shot clock. UCF wants the officials to review it, but they're not going to be able to with 3:11 left. So 5, now down to 4. Here comes Pack with 2. Can he take it all the way? Coast to coast! Whoa!
Coast to coast.
How does that happen? How do you let that happen?
UCF just fell asleep on that one. Too worried about the reverse call.
That brings this big crowd at the Watsco Center back to their feet. Johnson working on Joseph at the free throw line. Little hip check on Poplar with the 4 fouls. Back up top. Well, Johnson not looking to shoot that 3. Here's Mahovsky. He loves to fire away for 3. He hits it. It's a 9-point game. Now Cleveland with a turnover. Here's Johnson for 3. It could be a 6-point game. He misses it. Omier with a rebound. Now nearly taken away by the Knights. Bensley Joseph trying to settle things down. Norchad Omier brings it across half court. Here's a corner 3. Wooga Poplar!
Wooga Poplar.
A new career high for Wooga Poplar.
5 for 5 from 3. He hasn't missed a shot.
He's got 23. Now a takeaway by Miami. Here comes Bensley Joseph in transition. He makes it. And no timeouts left for Johnny Dawkins and the Knights. The lead is 14 with under 2 minutes left to play. Kane's trying to put it on ice. Another near turnover. Miami is going to take it away. Diallo's going to be assessed a foul. And now Miami's starting to feel it. Here's another look at that Wooga Poplar 3. He's 5 for 5 from 3-point land tonight.
I don't think any of his shots has touched the rim either.
No, sir.
You know what we call that?
What's that?
Cash.
He's going to make a lot of it here in about a year or 2. It might be after this year.
You might want to get rid of that too. You're going to make a lot of it after this year. What I love to see from Wooga is how efficient he is. We've got 23 points on
The
5 for 5 from 3.
The officials are
5
going
for
to the
6 from 2.
monitor. Norchad Omier, I think, told the officials to go to the monitor and take a look at something that UCF did. It feels almost like Omier has initiated the video review, but I'm not sure I have any idea what they're looking at. Omier was saying maybe something after the whistle and the foul. He said somebody swatted at him. I don't know. So the ball was loose on the floor. Cleveland had his hands on it. Ball gets loose. Omier comes up with it. Oh. You know. Whoop. Looks like Omier whacked him.
Yeah,
Who's he upset with?
I don't know. Maybe he's upset with himself.
Oh, he whacked him in the left side of the face.
I think he whacked him too first, though. I think that was a reaction by Norchad.
Just smacking each other?
I had one of those happen to me, ACC Big Ten Challenge against Ohio State.
I don't know if I saw anything there that felt intentional.
It's a reaction. You get
But
hit,
then
you smack back.
Omier was saying something else transpired. So I don't know if we have anything after the fact or right before it, what he seemed to be upset about. But I think they're looking to see if there was anything intentional there by Norchad Omier. But regardless, it's a 14-point game with about a minute and a half and change left to play. And Miami trying to put this thing on ice. Only look we got is Norchad hauled off and whacked him.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the angle the ref's looking at.
Yeah.
If it is, the call might get reversed. Or something may happen with this play. The Norchad looking over like, oh man, they might have caught me.
Norchad pleading his case with Bensley Joseph and Nigel Pack, as if they can do anything about it.
It wasn't me.
He's simply trying to explain himself. Hey, look at him. One of the referees just pointed towards this end of the floor. I think UCF might be shooting free throws here.
Didn't they call technical foul?
If Omier is assessed a foul, it would be his 4th. Taking a while to sort this thing out. They're looking to see if there's a double technical foul. All right. I think they're going to shoot on both ends. And then Omier would shoot the free throws, or whoever got fouled. This is taking a while. It's putting a damper in the excitement.
Sure.
Coach L is looking on. He's none too pleased. He's probably thinking about the 17 turnovers by his team tonight.
I'm loving the swagger with these coaches nowadays. You know, it used to be, you got the suit on,
Used to have to
everything
get
is super
buttoned up.
clean. Yeah. More comfortable.
Coach L just checked his watch. He's thinking, you gotta be kidding me. 9:07? All right, here's another look. We're gonna have a flagrant 1. It's gonna be a flagrant 1. I think it's gonna be on Omier. I think they're going to have to come down here on the UCF side and shoot those first, and then, yeah. Okay, so a flagrant on Omier. They're going to shoot on the UCF side first, and then, because that happened first, then they'll go back down to the Miami side and shoot the free throws. Glad we're starting to get this all sorted out, though. I was getting concerned there for a second.
So did Norchad go tell the ref after the fact?
And Allen just missed a pair from the free throw line. And now the official scorer is trying to get the attention of the referee. And what they want to know is if Allen was able to shoot those, because he was not in the game. Allen was not in the game, but they allowed him to shoot the free throws, which is okay. Referees have that cleared up. And now Matthew Cleveland is going to shoot free throws. This is turned into quite the do-to-do here in the final minute and a half, Jack.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now.
And actually a whole lot of nothing going on as well.
Right. A whole lot of nothing's going on. A lot of something, a lot of nothing.
Look at Coach L.
It's the first time I've seen Coach L sit down, huh? All game.
Yeah. Well, check that. And now he's yelling at the officials. What is going on? I don't know why it's becoming so difficult to sort out. There was a flagrant, and now Cleveland shooting. So he's shooting 2 freebies, and then what? UCF's going to get the basketball then. Yeah, that's why UCF was wondering why they couldn't get on the foul line, because it does not matter. It's going to be a dead ball after the second shot, because UCF is going to retain possession of the basketball. So it's 84-68 with 1:36 seconds left to play. We clear? We can put this thing back in play?
I think we can put it back in play.
Mahovsky's had a great night, the freshman.
Yes.
Here's a deep three. On the way, no good. Bensley Joseph with a rebound. And that's just about going to put this thing on ice.
Bensley Joseph looks very composed out there.
Yeah. Boy, UCF made it interesting. They had it down to 7 here in the second half. Here's Pack with a floater and a runner, and it's good.
Pack has really showed that his mid-range inside the paint game has went to another level. We're so used to him shooting deep threes, three-point shots.
It's a 9-0 run for Miami. There's a tip by Poplar. Here comes Omier. The Canes aren't slowing down. Omier trying to go coast to coast with a right hand. It's a 20-point game.
They are not.
It's an 11-0 run for Miami and a 13-3 run. Here's a three. No good. Offensive rebound. They get it down low for Diallo. But this baby is just about over as Diallo makes a bucket to end the 11-0 drought for UCF and that 11-0 run for Miami. 25 on the shot clock, down low for Cleveland. Corner. Poplar thought about a three. He pulled it out. He's going to pull up. Fade away. Ooh, he just missed. Came up short.
Great elevation by Wooga on that shot.
Miami's going to come away with a win here tonight as Sellers with a putback is good. Miami's going to win this thing 88-72, but boy, UCF gave them a run for their money and made them sweat this one out in Coral Gables tonight. Miami is going to improve to 2-0 here at home and 2-0 to start the season as Jim Larinaga takes care of Johnny Dawkins' UCF Knights here in Coral Gables tonight. Jack, your closing thoughts. This was a little messy here tonight, but Miami comes out with a win.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think the better team won this basketball game, but UCF did a great